it's going. I just came back from a small adventure. It's dark again, and I'm enjoying being here and having little tiny manageable problems to solve, or puzzles to solve. They're not really problems, they're puzzles. And today I was digging underneath this sink. If you saw my first video on the first day that I was here, you'll know that I was like, this sink is not really a sink right now, that it's just like a basin. But anyway, there's a USB powered faucet that pumps water, but it wasn't, the hose that was connected to it wasn't in any kind of water source. But there was a 5-gallon blue, like office water cooler type of container down there. And I charged the faucet today and it works great. So I noticed that the tube that it was connected to wasn't quite long enough. So I walked over to Tomas's and was like, hey, what's this kind of tubing called? And can I just like buy some of this at Home Depot? I was just going to extend it. And, he's got all these bits and bobs. So he had a look around the shed and he's like, how about this refrigerator, water line tubing? Could you use this? I was like, let's try it. And it's a little bit firmer than the silicone tubing that was attached to the faucet, but it slid inside and it worked just fine. So we extended the tube, and then I thought, okay, cool, except I am tiny and I can't lift the filled up 5-gallon water container. Like, I can fill it, I've got access to water, I just can't lift it, and it's like awkward to slide it under the sink and all this stuff. So I thought, okay. Most sinks, just the basins, have 2 holes cut in them. One of them is for the faucet and the other one is for the little kitchen sprayer. So this guy's got 2 holes in it already. One, I can slide the faucet pump on and the hose goes down through the hole, which I can then put into the 5-gallon jar or a 5-gallon container. But then how do I refill the container? Like, I can't keep taking it in and out. It's just like, it's too much. And I thought, what if I had like a funnel with a flexible hose on it? And so I was just going to go, to Walmart or someplace cheap, Meijer or something, and get a funnel and then buy a little bit of tubing and a little, I don't know what you call it. That's that thing that you tighten around tubing to make it watertight. And Tomas was like, well, you could go to like an auto parts store. They have, sometimes they have funnels that already have a piece of tubing attached. I was like, perfect. So I took my first little trip on the e-bike was to the AutoZone, which is hilarious and ironic because I do not own a vehicle. What is this? No bike parking at the AutoZone? But sure enough, I did a little digging around in the aisles and I found a transmission fluid funnel, and it had tubing already attached, and it was less than $5. So I bought it and I brought it home. And so between the length of tubing that Tomas found and the, I think it was $2.99 for the funnel at AutoZone, I now have a working sink in the tiny house, which is so awesome. I've been using just, gallon jugs of water, and it's fine. I can wash my hands, I can wash dishes, I can, rinse things out or whatever. That's what I've been doing. It's what I always did in the truck. But I actually had this exact system in mind for the truck, and I just never got around to it. So it's kind of cool that some of the parts for that were already here. And I was able to MacGyver up a little sink situation. So it's pretty sweet. That was my little small joy and accomplishment today. That for less than $10, less than $5 actually, investment, I now have a sink where I can brush my teeth, wash my hands, wash my dishes, and I don't spill anything. It's pretty great. So yeah, it was fun. So here's my little funnel that I'm pouring water into the 5-gallon bucket underneath. And then the faucet pulls water from the 5-gallon bucket that I've just filled with the funnel. And then you just pop the funnel back out. And I bought a little sinkhole cover so it looks nice. And now I can wash my hands. One of the things about, working outside all day and stuff like that is you get a lot of like dirt under your nails. And I was able to, get by with like baby wipes and whatever. But one of the things I really wanted to do was scrub all the dirt from underneath my nails at the end of the day. So it's really nice to be able to like get in there with the scrub brush and then just rinse my hands back off and get all the soap off, which is really cool. So once I'm done washing my hands or dishes or whatever, there's water in that little basin. And I just take it outside and dump it somewhere responsibly. I use biodegradable soap, and I try to be responsible about not dumping in the same place every time, not attracting animals to the house, things like that. So then once it's all empty, just drop it back into the sink basin and it's all done. So that's the system. Water flows into the basin. And you just turn it off. And then to refill, once the 5-gallon bucket gets low, I just pop out that little sink hole insert, put my little funnel in place, fill it up with a gallon jug of water, which I can lift, and then remove the funnel, drop the little insert back in, and that's my sink system. So here's a view of the sink turning on the faucet. You can kind of see the little gallon jug underneath there. There's the little funnel that I store, and the milk crate that's lifting the gallon jug up, a refill. Put the funnel back down there. And then I have these little pegboards that I put in front so I can hang little things. They're magnetic. They're just kind of handy to have there. And it also just kind of covers up my little mess underneath the sink. Brings a little color into the room. And then I always like to have a towel right in front of the sink for drying dishes or my hands. So that's where that goes. And then I got to enjoy just kind of like cleaning up my kitchen and doing my first round of dishes, putting things away. I also love these little lights that come on and off. They're motion sensors. So whenever I walk into that area, the light comes on and then like 30 seconds later it turns off, which is really nice. I have a sink.